Hey Titans, this is Mickett, just doing a recap of our last war of Titans over at Negada Loka, which Negada Loka, it's Portuguese, it roughly translated means it's crazy that we negada any points in the last hour and we lose by 1 point. But that's just a rough translation, so don't hold me to it. But we win 70-69, exciting, epic win, yet another one. Just to kind of recap a little bit here, it was a lot of fun because we were behind by I think 3 or 4 right there at the end. Within the last hour, we were down by 5 or 6, and we were able to really pull it back with a lot of clutch attacks. I'm going to highlight a few here, but first, if you can just kind of look through, they did pretty well, hitting us up high. They got some points up there. They came really close on a bunch of attacks. They didn't close out a bunch. They had a chance to down lower. If you look at our side, though, that we didn't do as much attacking up top because they were pretty hardcore up there. And when it came down to it, we really just needed the points at the end. But we did a great job of closing things out down low. I'm going to highlight a few things. First of all, I'm going to take a look at our 3 stars. Our 3 stars were dominant in this one. We had a lot of 3 stars early on, and we had trouble getting them for a little while, but they had trouble getting them the whole war, so that worked out in our favor. To be able to also look at the participation, we had great participation across the board. A couple people didn't get their last attack in. They just showed up a few minutes late, and that's how it goes sometimes. But basically, very good participation. They had very good participation as well, but they had a couple people. One of them there, I think they kicked number 9 because he did a loot attack. And then there were a few other people that didn't attack at all, and they're gone out of the clan as well. But just to get an idea of a few of the exciting parts, I'm going to highlight a few things. First of all, I'm going to highlight a few of these people, like Matt and Kyle. A few of our guys got some clutch points there at the end. I'm going to highlight Matt's attack on Renan, and then I'll go back and highlight a different attack for a defense, or different defense. Take Matt's on Renan. This is in some ways a kind of a standard of attack. I don't think he goes he goes down sufficient enough, but he's just trying to grab that sure 3 star. What he does is he brings out his Barb King there to be able to draw out the CC troops. It's not really how I go about doing it. It's a popular thing to do with some people. It kind of sacrifices him, but then again, you don't have to pull any CC troops out with any your archers or anything, so you can bring an extra dragon. There are other ways to do it. Sometimes you can just mow over them with the dragons. Just depends how you use your spells and the layout and so forth. But you can see he brings in those hogs. That's a favorite thing he tends to do. It works really well. Look how quick the AD goes down. Doesn't even have a chance. Even when the dragons aren't going straight at the AD, the hogs get right there. Could use a heal spell in there to keep him alive, but doesn't really need to. He's really dominating at this point. They go a little bit ring around the rosy there, but a couple of them come back in. That's going to help save this, and they get a lot done. He throws down the rage spell there right at the right time, just to be able to kind of get all this stuff out of the way. And I don't remember exactly when the AD goes down, but it goes down at some point here because he's going to get 3 stars, we know. But everything is collapsing in on the AD right now, and it can't shoot everything at the same time. And with those level 3 dragons, he's going to do really well. I'm just going to speed it up. One thing that you'll notice is that he hasn't gotten any of the corners, which can be a problem from time to time. However, it's not going to be a problem in this case because the dragons are going to split up. Just so you know, it takes somewhere about 14-15 seconds to get from corner to corner. And then also, obviously, time to be able to kill whatever it is there. To go across there, it takes even a few more seconds to go straight all the way across. So it's good that they don't have to split up, or they don't go the one way and then have to go all the way across. Instead, they split up, as you'll see here. I'm just going to speed up through here. They split, and they go the different directions, and that gets it done more quickly. But a good attack by Matt. Nice, sure 3 star to be able to get us that clutch point we need at the end. Now, I'm just going to pick also another one, which I thought was an excellent defend. I think that you look at their number 4 attacked right at the end here. You can see it, Tariq on J-Man, the third from the top there. Number 4 attacked J-Man, who is our number 21. So you would think that he'd be able to pull off that 3rd star, and this is really important right here at the end, because obviously we only won by 1 star. So I'm going to show that one if I can find it here. There it is, and just replay that. Kind of give an overview or just a highlight of what exactly went right and wrong here. It brings out a wall breaker. I don't know why he does that. It doesn't help at all. Maybe he's testing for Tesla, I don't know, but it's going to get killed for sure. He drops his clan castle troops. I don't think it's a good idea because he doesn't have the funnel built yet to be able to take all his guys in the middle. He lucks out a little bit that all his witches go, or all his wizards go there. However, he's not going to get so lucky at some point here. When he drops all those guys, they go around. You don't want them going around. You want them going up the middle. But then they do an about face twice and then end up on the corner there. He has enough going up the middle, though, that he can be able to do something with them. But he's been using his spells pretty heavy here because he doesn't have any wall breakers to get him in there. So he's being held up on the walls. If he had had a nice heal spell here, he could have saved every single one of those wizards. Instead, they're all dying very quickly. They're gone. Now, you notice he has those a pack of wizards around there, which a couple of them got fried by the giant bomb. However, he has these golems, which eventually will turn into the golemites, but he has nothing behind them at this point. They're not protecting anything. That one golem goes in the middle. That helps a little bit with the queen. The queen is in a good position, actually. Takes out the king, is in a good position to be able to go to the middle and try and take out that town hall, which is obviously what you want to try and do here. But you look, he really doesn't have many things left. For a number 4, who was a town hall 10, I believe, yeah, it was, that he was coming here, he should have been able to pull off a more successful beginning of his attack. I'm going to speed through this a little bit. At this point, he has 1 star. He's about to pick up the 2nd star with the town hall as the town hall goes down right there. Right there, okay, and then but he stops it right there just to save the queen because there's not enough left, he realizes, to be able to do anything. So excellent defend by J-Man to be able to help keep those points off the board. All right, and finally I'm going to do a highlight of one. This is just kind of like a learning sort of moment, just to kind of talk through hog attacks, because more and more people seem to be doing hogs or stomping fries. I'm going to pause it here at the beginning. There's different ways to approach this. One of the ways that you do is you got to get the CC troops out of there. You can see the CC troops. Well, I have this in replay mode, so I can't show you, but the CC troops are on the kind of the 10 to 10:30 sort of o'clock side of the town hall. And so that's obviously going to be the side you want to try and draw them out if you can. There's different ways to draw out. You can pull in giants. I know Nori does that and some other people. You can put in hogs. I know John Baum and some other people do it that way. There's lots of different ways. I think in this one, if I recall, we go in with balloons to pull things out, to get the CC pull and to be able to take out a little bit, just to get them out of there and then deal with them separately. Let's run through this. One of the keys is, I'm going to pause it again, one of the keys is you got to look at where the big bombs are. Now this one had been attacked before, so we know for sure that the Teslas are right there, and right there, which means that we have, oh no, it wasn't there, excuse me, it wasn't at that last spot, it was over here. But that means that we've got giant bombs here, potentially, here, no, not there. Can't even see my own writing here. Okay, and there. So there's different places. Obviously, you could have them outside too. That wouldn't make any sense. Sometimes people do that, but it wouldn't make any sense in this base. So just to give you an idea of what we've got going on there, we're trying to avoid those giant bombs, or if there's 2 in a row, but there aren't any places they can put doubles in this, so we're in good shape. But you got to watch out for those singles. You got to have your heal spell ready when you come in. And what you really hope is you don't get double hit by either of those spots that could have a couple of double bombs next to each other. So we're just going to run through this now, and you can see how we go. We got the balloons out there to try and take down some of these. Doesn't go quite as well because we end up losing 1 balloon there, so it doesn't take down the archer tower, but it does take down the cannon, which you're like, why is that important? It's important because we got the CC pull, and now the cannon was the only thing covering up the top. So now we dropped the archer. If you're going to go in, I think we go in with witches here. Yeah, okay. Then you got to put those archers down first, and then put down some the witches, and then put down the wizards, because otherwise the archers will run right past whatever you put in front to target the first thing that was put down until they get attacked by the other thing. The reason why we went with witches on this one is because you could have a better cleanup, but you got to keep them well protected. Alternate ways, obviously, you can go and take a bunch of archers in there, or you can take a bunch of wizards. I know Al takes a bunch of wizards. Okay, watch, the heal spell goes down here, saves those level 4 hogs. The beautiful thing about level 4 hogs is they are just about as good as level 5s. They can survive single bombs. You get a heal spell on them. They do really well with regular bombs. They get sprung just as much, but you can see that There's a couple of them got lost because two of those double bombs were right next to each other, which wasn't really expected. However, it works out in the end. These guys get rid of the last defense. Fortunately, they turn right on the king there, get rid of him right away, so he can't even take many of them out. Those witches and wizards are wandering around the top side with nothing to hurt them. What can happen is if you don't take enough to kill the CC troops, it can be a total disaster. But if you don't take enough hogs, then you don't get rid of all the defenses, and that can be a problem too. So it's got to be a good balance, and you got to learn. In this case, because there wasn't any barbarian king, because it's being upgraded right now, chose to go with a few extra hogs and pull out the CC troops in the way that we did. Okay. Just finishing up here. So hopefully that was at least helpful to kind of look at. You see how the witches and wizards are having trouble getting into the middle in the hogs. If you don't have those hogs, you can end up with some trouble right there at the end because you end up with a 2-star or a 1-star if you don't get rid of enough things there. So anyways, just to kind of give a little bit of an idea of some things, there's obviously a ton of different ways. Not an expert by any means, just kind of giving a few ideas of how this one went down. I'd like to do that every once in a while. I'll do that in the future. If you have any requests, you can let me know. But good job, Titans. Way to go, and being able to pull out the win and squeak it out there at the end like we've done many times. Make sure you like and subscribe, and go Titans.